What's going on? I wanted to talk about child support. And the reason I'm going to talk about child support is this is going to be a little shocking to some of you, how you were never truly intended to pay child support. Now, I had a consultation the other day, and we were going over child support, and talking, I was talking to the fella and letting him know how you were never truly intended. The father was never truly intended to pay child support. This was a government established agreement for the child support agency to disperse funds on behalf of the father. But they never dispersed the funds. That's why the child support is a multi-billion dollar, or that's why child support is a multi-billion dollar industry. All right, I'm going to go over this, and this is a Congressional Research Service document, so you can look it up yourself. I'll hyperlink it at the bottom of the video. So this is an introduction to the child support, uh, which people call a scam. The scam is people don't understand child support, but I'll go over it and I'll kind of give you more knowledge because a lot of people are giving you this Title 4D crap and having you guys argue this stuff, and that's why you get bounced out of court. Okay, the introduction to child support. The Child Support Enforcement, or CSE program, was enacted into law on January 4th, 1975, Public Law 93-647. When the program was first established, its goals were to reimburse the states. Listen to what I'm saying. Its goals were to reimburse the states and the federal government for the cash assistance payments they provided to families, and to help other families remain self-sufficient by obtaining constant and ongoing child support payment from the non-custodial parent. Over time, the CSC program has evolved from a cash assistance cost recovery program to a family first program. Okay, listen to what it is: a cash assistance. It's a loan. Okay, child support is a loan. It's I can't get this to other. I need you to understand this. Your child support is already prepaid. It's a loan. Okay. So what they do is they get you to provide them a loan. That's why when you go into child support, they ask you how much money you make. You know who else does that? A car dealership. Program that seeks to enhance the well-being of families by making child support a more reliable source of income. If that was their intention, why does child support take so much money out of the child support payment? The federal state program has the potential to impact more children and for longer periods of time than most other federal programs. I might interact with mothers and fathers and children of 18 years, in some cases longer, such as a non-custodial parent, past due owes past due child support. Recent years, it served about 18% of children in the United States. All figures in this report are drawn from the FY 2021 preliminary data report, released on May 12th, 2022, by the Office of Child Support Enforcement, or the OCSE, and the United Department of Health and Human Services. Scope of the CSE program. Families who are required to enroll in the CSE program are receiving cash assistance under temporary assistance for needy families. So, if you listen to what they're saying, people, they will never tell you the full truth. It's a cash assistance program. Okay, what it is the court is supposed to use the federal funds and fund the child support. But what the child support agency does is they keep the federal funds and keep the money you're paying into the contract. I know you don't know this, but I'm telling it to you now. So when people talk about child support as a scam, of course it is. The reason why it's a scam is because once the judge issues an order, the order already pays for the child support. But then they take your money on top of it to make it to make a profit. So since it's a for-profit industry, all money that they receive over the top of the order is now taxable income. I mean, you ain't hear that from me though. So, Medicaid coverage or state option supplement nutrition assistance program, meaning SNAP, food assistance. The program is also available to non-assistance families if they choose to enroll. See, if they choose, do they make child support seem like an option to you? No, it doesn't. That's why when people ask me, what was I saying in that video talking about the affidavit of parentage is how you got into child support. This is for family. This is for people who are not married. So if you're not married, they usually make you sign an affidavit of parentage. If you sign an affidavit of parentage, that is the contract that gets you into child support. And people are not understanding this. I'm telling you how you get there. You were already contracted with the child support court before you even got into court. That's why they can rule against you. Families who are not required to enroll must pay a one-time $25 fee when they apply for services and annual 35 fee user fee if the child support collection agency collects at least $350 per year for them. The program is available in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, the territories of Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Island, and 60 tribal nations. It is generally operated at the county level of government. The CSC program is administered at the federal level by OSCE. Let me say that again. It is administered. So as people tell you, oh, child support is the state. Child support is the state agency. Child support is the state agency. No, it's administered by federal government. Why? Because Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution says no state can make any debt payable beside gold and silver. So the state agency is not making this debt payable. Every time you go into court, it's not a state court unless you go into the Supreme Court. That's the only court. Yeah, every time you go into a court, it's not a state court. It's a United States court. That's why they can make debts payable. But then that exposes themselves that they're not really a court of the state. Okay. So, which helps CSC agencies develop, manage, and operate their programs. See, they're already prepaid from the federal government. Once they do a child support contract with you, they're already prepaid. You're paying them twice. I mean, I don't know if y'all know this. I don't even, I'm not even gonna go all through this document. I'm gonna let you read it yourself because these governments are already pre-funded. So your child support is already prepaid. So your disbursements are going to the child support agency when they're actually supposed to go to your child. So they're actually screwing your child over because most people are ignorant. Manage and operate their programs effectively and according to federal law, specifically OCSE administers federal matching funds. What? Federal matching funds. So that means that your child support is already prepaid and awards grants to states, provide policy guidance and technical. What do you mean policy guidance? Meaning it's all insurance, it's all fun, it's all y'all not understanding child support. And I keep telling y'all it's easy to beat. Woo-wee. I don't understand it. I'm hoping y'all do. Providing policy guidance, I'm sorry, and technical assistance. Conducts program audits and supports research through demonstration groups. Okay. Let's see, the demonstration grants. The OSCE So when I say OS, the OCSE is responsible for the Federal Parent Locator Service, which includes National Directory of New Hires. So I'm gonna go over some of this. Okay, program components. The CSE program increases the reliability of child support paid by non-custodial parents by locating the non-custodial parents, establishing paternity, establishing child support orders, reviewing and modifying child support orders, collecting child support payments from non-custodial parents, establishing and enforcing medical child support, and dispersing child support payments to the custodial parent. Okay, that's what they're initially supposed to do, but they don't do it. They use the husband usually to pay for child support. Okay, that's what they usually do because the man, it's mama's baby, papa's maybe. That's why they use the Talmud, which is that was comes from the belly. So it's not a it's a long story. I already got a video not debunking that, but establishing that. Okay, CSC collections and methods. In uh in FYE 2021, the Child Support Agency, the CSE program collected 29.5 billion. This is all profit. 29.5 billion on behalf of families. More than two-thirds of child support or CSE collections were for families that had never received cash payments from the TANF program. So this has the source. The majority of collected payments in FY 2021, 95% went to families, and the remainder went to the states and the federal government, primarily as reimbursement for public assistance dollars that went to families. Most child support payments are collected from non-custodial payments through income withholding. See, that's why I told y'all, like some of the people I did consultations with, I told you that child support is an income tax. You see what I'm saying? It's an income tax. It's a tax on your income. Whenever somebody's trying to charge you, it's an income tax. In FY 2021, 63% collections were obtained through income withholding. Other methods of enforceable income include intercepting federal and state income tax refunds, intercepting unemployment compensation, filing liens against property. So how is this a child support agency if you bankrupt the non-custodial parent? That's crazy to me. But what it is it's a tax, man. They just taking your stuff. You know who else takes your stuff? The IRS. Intercepting lottery winnings, judgments, or settlements, seizing debtor parents' assets held by public or private retirement funds and financial institutions, withholding, suspending, or restricting driver's licenses, professional or occupational licenses, and recreational or sporting licenses, and denying and revoking passports. And in addition, all jurisdictions have civil or criminal contempt of court procedures and criminal non-support laws. See, criminal non-support laws. Hold the hell up. If child support is a criminal procedure or a criminal prosecution, what was the crime that you did? So they have to either, for them to lock you up. See, you hear people on the internet and they always say child support is unconstitutional. And the unconstitutional aspect of child support is not the fact that the mother receives the child more than the father. The unconstitutional aspect is not the fact that the court is trying to force you into a contract. The unconstitutional aspect of child support is the disclosure, the lack of disclosure, and the criminal prosecution for this alleged crime. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people have to understand. That may be used when non-custodial parents fall behind in their payments and accumulate arrears. These procedures and laws are in addition to the enforcement methods listed above. Federal crime penalties may be imposed in certain cases. Federal law also provides for an international enforcement of child support. See? So when people tell you, "Oh, you can't win in child support in federal court," bullshit. I can show you how to win every day in federal court on child support. Bullshit. People don't understand court, man. So look, if we go into this even deeper, right? You got to always know where the money is. Okay. I'm not going to read all some of this stuff because it don't really matter. Okay. According to the most recent available demographic data of from 2017, among all custodial parents who are eligible for child support, not just those enrolled in the CSE program, 80% are women. So 80% of all child support is invoked by women. Of women custodial parents, 53% have just one eligible child. 44% are non-Hispanic, 28% are white, and are non-Hispanic, black, 24%. So are Hispanic, okay, of any race, and 4% of other races, including multi-races, not categorized anywhere elsewhere. Among all custodial families eligible for child support, 24% have income below the federal poverty level. So if child support is to support the child, why would you tax the non-custodial parent who is operating below the poverty level? That doesn't make any sense. But it does when you understand that child support is really a security and it's not really what you think it is. 40% of poor families who were supposed to receive child support report receiving the full amount that was due. Okay, so we're going to get to the structuring, and then after that, I'm going to be done with this video. And FY, I think that's federal year 2021 or financial year 2021. Combined federal and state administrative expenditures for CSC amounted to $5.9 billion. CSC is a federal/state matching grant program. See, it's already prepaid. Let me say that again. So if they were chasing 5.9 million, that means they got $5.9 million or more. This is just what they're telling you. That's not what they're telling you on the secondary market. That's not when they're releasing your bonds and registering them as municipal bonds or whatever they're putting them as. That's what they're telling you. So it's a federal and state matching program. Just like I told somebody I was doing a consultation, I said, when you're coming into child support, what they're doing is they're getting you to loan them the money. And then the federal government's matching it. And then when you pay them, they take that money and they can either defer it as income or use it to however they want to, because you give it to them as a gift. Okay. So yeah, it's prepaid. So federal matching grant program, which states must spend money in order to receive federal funding. The federal government reimburses each state 66% of all allowable expenditures on CSE activities. The requirement is open-ended in that there is no upper limit or ceiling on the federal government's match for those expenditures. See? So if there's no match on the federal, that means the government is going to reimburse the state regardless. There are five funding streams associated with the CSE program. The two first, I'm sorry, the first two streams mentioned above are the state and federal matching funds. The third state collects child support on behalf of the families receiving TANF assistance to reimburse themselves and the federal government for the cost of the TANF cash payments to the family. Yeah, it's a man, it's a security, man. If you really understand child support, it's really a security. So the order is a security. Fourth, the federal government provides assistant states with an incentive program. Incentive payment estimated at five 509 million, 509 million total for FY 2021 to encourage them to operate effective programs. Federal law requires states to reinvest CSE incentives payments back into the CSE program related to activities. Fifth, fees and costs recovered from non-TNA TANF families may help finance the CSE program. So you're basically, when you pay child support, you're funding your own slavery. Let me say that again. When you pay child support, you are funding your own slavery. I'm not saying that you shouldn't support your child, but you should do it outside of court and out of a court restriction. Okay. So I'm just going to get out of this because I'm not going to read all of this for you. I'm going to read this actually for myself, and I'll just put the hyperlink on the bottom of the video. But your child support is prepaid. You guys are getting fooled. You're walking into court and you're agreeing to indemnify the court against loss. They're taking your payment and using it to reinvest back into their program or to reinvest whatever the hell they want to because they can, because you gifted it to them. So I just wanted y'all to know that child support is prepaid, just like every other so-called debt in the United States. I am out.